Sorry about that. I maxed out my recording size, so I gotta hurry up here. I maxed out again. So, Sony controllers are awesome. They're small, they're compact, you got the two joysticks, and then you got the buttons up there and the clicker things. I thought that was great. I'm just accustomed to those, they're awesome. Xbox controllers, like the Xbox Classic was fucking big, you know? It's a big fucking machine, and the PlayStation 2 was big at first, but then it got really skinny. And the Xbox Classic's still this giant thing. And the controller was giant too, you know, it was like the size of my head. And then I think the failure of video games at that time was Nintendo. Nintendo did a very bad job. In fact, Nintendo's still doing a bad job. You know, they were good back then, but now they're just getting worse. And the Nintendo Gamecube, the controller was alright. The controls were okay. They were pretty basic and simple, but I hated the fucking Gamecube. Yeah, that's what it was, the Gamecube. Because you had those tiny little discs, which a lot of people think, oh, that was the best thing about them. Those discs were cool, but I fucking lost those discs all the time. I could never find them, and you couldn't play movies on it, on the GameCube. You could play movies on a PlayStation, could play movies on an Xbox, just not on a GameCube. And the GameCube, aside from it couldn't play movies, played the exact same games as the PlayStation 2. So it was a pretty worthless game system. In fact, I destroyed one for fun, because they suck. And then PlayStation 3 came out, and yeah, I love my PlayStation 3. It's awesome. I was thinking, well, I don't want a wireless controller, because the batteries will die all the time, or the battery, whatever. Thought it would take AAA, AA batteries, which, by the way, Xbox did until the Xbox One. Losers! I think PlayStation's the best right now, and they're going to be the best for a long time. They don't make the new, latest, high-tech, coolest thing ever, but they make stuff that's simple and works and does what you need it to. You know, Xbox One is just like the epitome of laziness now. Xbox turn on, Xbox do this, Xbox do that. Pretty soon you just stick a thing to your head and you just have to sit there and look at it. You don't even have to use controllers. I just think Xbox sucks. I hate Xbox. Yeah, they have their problems, and I don't want to go into the problems, but I think PlayStation's best game system, and the Nintendo Wii, that sucks. You know, great, move controller around. Kinect, you know, Xbox Kinect, or PlayStation has a controller that's almost like the Wii controller, except it's got that little rubber ball on it, which, you know, I don't mind the rubber ball, but I think it looks kind of dumb. And it's got like a little camera or something on it that you can use, so that really cool technology that made the Wii great isn't that great anymore. And Nintendo graphics have never really been ahead, except for when the Nintendo first came out. Their graphics were ahead of Sega Genesis graphics, but now Nintendo's just, I don't even think they're really upgrading their stuff much. You know, they're just trying to stay as classic as possible, but then go as classic with new technology? I don't know. Maybe Nintendo just doesn't know how to make any other graphics than the graphics they had back in the 80s. I mean, Nintendo graphics suck now. I'd rather want a PSP or a PlayStation Vita or whatever the hell you call that little thing over a Nintendo DSi or DSi or whatever the fuck models they have out now, because I had one and the camera was cool. That's all I messed around with was the camera, because I didn't have did I have a phone? Yeah, I had a phone, but it didn't take videos. It was a flip phone. It was my first phone when I just think Nintendo's directed more to children. But if you play old Nintendo games like Terminator vs. RoboCop, you know, children can play that game, but I wouldn't want my kid to be RoboCop blowing shit up. You know, back in the 80s when everything was still supposed to be innocent, but I don't know. Times have changed. Video games have gotten better and they've gotten worse in different respects. This video might cut out at any second, so if it does, that's just where I'm going to end it. I don't want to just sit here keep rambling about video games, but yeah. So guess that's it. Maybe I'll end the video here. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Talked about video games. Played 64. I think I covered everything, so I'll end the video here.